Eric, what are you going to do for dinner tonight? Are you eating at your parents' house? Or are you coming home? I'll prepare something if you're coming home.
Miley, I'm sorry for texting you so late. My mom told me to have dinner here. So I'll eat at my parents'.
Oh, okay. Then I'll just make something we have at home.
Yeah, I won't be home late. I'm sorry. I know it's our date night, and I know it's been a while.
No worries. Your mother needed you. We can do date night another time. So, what was it about?
Nothing much. She wanted to redecorate her room. She didn't want to do the heavy lifting, so she asked me to do it.
Oh, I see.
That's not the only reason she called me, though. She wants me to go on a trip with her.
Okay.
I know you don't want to go, but can you come with me this time?
I'm not really feeling up for it. I'm sure she just wants you to go. The last time you two went on a trip, I ended up staying here anyway. So I don't think I should go with you.
She asked me to ask you to come with us.
What? She did?
Yeah. I think she wants to do something nice for you. She probably feels bad about how she was treating you before.
I don't think so.
Come on, she's a human being too. She wants to get along with you, so give it a chance and come with us.
I've been bullied by her multiple times. I've been verbally abused by her too, so I find it hard to believe that she genuinely wants to reconcile. Remember how many times I've shared my struggles with you? I went through hell with it, but you never did anything. I went through hell dealing with her behavior, and it felt like torture when she visited frequently. I couldn't even sleep. Given all this, I simply can't trust anything she says. Even if she's sincere now, I don't think I'm ready to make amends with her.
Miley, please. I'm her only son, you know. To her, I'll always be her little boy, and she just can't help but dote on me. I guess I've never really grown up in her eyes. But now, she's finally making an effort to change. Please, can't you see that?
Don't make it sound so easy. How many times has your mother mocked me for not having a college degree? It's a shame for your family that an uneducated woman like me is marrying you. She even suggested I divorce you immediately. Can you believe it?
I'm really sorry about that. But I believe going on a trip could be a chance for you and Mom to make up. Can you think about it?
Make up? I'm not fighting with your mother. She's just unilaterally picking on me.
Well, maybe, but you don't want to keep things like this with her forever, right? I want you two to get along. Miley, please, do it for me. I want you to come with me, please.
That's how you feel, right? What about my feelings?
It's not that I haven't thought about it, but I believe you can get along well with Mom. However, Mom is getting older and I don't think she can easily reach out herself. So I want you to be the one to reach out to Mom. You're kind and good dealing with people, right? So please, I'm counting on you.
If you're that insistent. However, if I'm not pleased with how things go this time, I won't ever let you ask me for a favor like this again for the rest of my life.
Thank you. Of course. If by any chance this time my mom acts rudely or says something disrespectful to you again, you don't have to deal with her ever again.
That's a promise.
Yay, thank you. I have one more favor to ask.
What is it?
It's about the travel expenses. She asked me to cover them.
Huh? Why?
She said I make good money, so she asked if I could cover the expenses.
And you just said yes? It might feel good for you to be like that with your parents, but I'm the one who always ends up paying for everything, right? Or are you going to pay this time?
I'm sorry. I don't make much money. I'm just trying to do nice things for my mom.
If that's the case, I'd love to take my parents on a trip too. You don't have money for it, but here you are making plans with your mother.
I'm sorry.
Perhaps your mother doesn't really want me to go. But you're asking me to come along because you can't pay for it yourself, right?
That's not true. Absolutely not.
How can you say that?
Because Mom thinks I'm going to pay for it.
Huh? Wait, so you haven't informed her that I've been covering the mortgage payments?
Yeah, I should tell her, huh? I just don't want her to know that I'm making less than you. They think I'm making good money because we live in a nice place. So I guess she thought I could pay for the trip.
It might have been tough to find the right moment before, but why didn't you mention it when she asked you to foot the bill for this trip?
I mean...
You didn't want to tell them about it.
Okay, I'll tell them now.
Whatever. I don't blame you for wanting to do nice things for your mother. I'm just a little disappointed.
I'm sorry. I just think it's too awkward to tell her now. I promise. I'll tell her the next time we talk about money, so please forgive me.
I'm not mad at you. Whatever. I'm tired. I'm going to bed. You have work tomorrow, so don't stay up too late.
Okay, thank you.
I guess I have to pay for the trip. But please try to keep it budget-friendly, all right?
Of course I will. I can tell Mom you're coming too, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Miley. Good evening.
Good evening, Lauren. It's been a while.
You heard about the trip from Eric, right?
Yes, I heard.
I'm sorry I've been too hard on you. I'm sorry for everything.
Laura.
I know you've been working hard. Telling you the house is a mess or the food you cook isn't good. It was rude, and I've said too much. Please forgive me. Of course, I don't expect you to forgive me right away. But I'm hoping this trip will help bring us closer. Let's enjoy each other's company.
Thank you. I'm glad to hear that's how you feel about me. I want you to enjoy this trip too.
Oh, you're so nice. I want to do something nice for you. You want to go get a massage before our flight?
A massage?
Yeah. My friend runs a spa massage salon. I booked afternoon flights, so I think we can go in the morning. Since we're going to Mexico and we're going to be wearing bathing suit, I want to look as good as possible before that. Don't you?
That's true.
Right? I'll pay for our treatment. Accept it as my peace offering.
Thank you so much. Then by all means, please.
Really? Good. I'll let you know the details later.
Yeah, thank you.
Miley, what are you doing? The gates are about to close. Are you still at the spa? What on earth are you doing? You'll be late if you don't check in already. Miley, Eric has been calling you too. Where are you?
Laura, did you trick me? You told me the flight was at 2:30 p.m. So you said we had plenty of time if we left the spa by 12 p.m. You also mentioned that you had our flight tickets. I had no option to check it since it's your email address. Was this all a setup? Did you never intend for me to join you in the first place?
Oh, so you finally caught on? You're a bit slow, huh? You fell for my lousy acting so easily. It's hilarious. You don't need to come anymore. You're just an outsider, so stay home and mind your own business. Were you shocked? Too bad for you. Sorry, but you missed the check-in time, so there's no point in rushing over now. This trip is just for the family. You're better off staying home alone.
Really? Thank you.
What?
Honestly, I never wanted to go on that trip in the first place. So I'm actually relieved that I don't have to waste my money on it.
What are you even talking about?
I mean, I'm not about to fork out cash for a trip I never wanted to go on in the first place. It's just absurd.
What's with the attitude? Acting all high and mighty? You're talking like you were going to pay for it yourself. Eric is covering all the travel expenses, you know. He's such a sweetheart, taking care of everything. But when it comes to covering your expenses, it would have cost a fortune. So I didn't even book anything for you from the start.
All right, I get it now. Since I'm not going with you two, and your attitude just sealed the deal, I won't be paying for anything at all. You'll have to take care of your own travel expenses.
What are you talking about? Even though you're married to my son, the way you talk about the money he earns, as if it's your own, seriously pisses me off.
The money he earns?
What?
Eric wanted to hide the fact that he earns less than me. I'm sure he hasn't told you yet. I was going to pay for this whole trip. Not only that, I'm also paying our mortgage. I'm basically paying for everything.
You can't be serious. I didn't know you made that much money.
It's a lie.
My son called me and told me he booked a 5-star hotel.
Eric makes the reservations, but I'm the one who pays the bill. I agreed to cover everything. I even asked him to keep costs down, but it seems like he's taking advantage. I'm canceling my card, so you'll have to handle your own expenses when you arrive.
What? There's no way we can pay for that.
Well, you didn't want me to go, so there's nothing I can do.
Fine. I'll have Eric pay for it. You're such a terrible wife. Just leave and divorce my son already. I'll even give him some tips on how to get rid of you.
Do as you please. Honestly, I've been feeling a certain type of way about your son for a while now. This situation is just making things clearer.
Oh, really? You're surprisingly understanding.
Eric knows exactly how you've been treating me, but he doesn't lift a finger to do anything about it.
Isn't it obvious? I'm his mother. Of course he loves me. I'm sure if he were forced to choose between me and you, he'd pick me without a second thought.
I see.
That's right. Maybe it's time for you to start preparing for the divorce. Since you two don't even have kids yet, why not find a new partner and start a family with them? Personally, I'd be happier with Eric remarrying a younger, more compliant wife than having grandchildren from someone like you. My son is too good for you. You're better off with some low-life guy. Leave him alone. Miley, can you head this way now? I need your help. I'm really sorry about what Mom did. I'll make sure she apologizes too.
Before you hopped on the plane, your mom called. She didn't sound too apologetic to me. She also mentioned something about divorce too.
What? Divorce? I'm no good without you. There's no way I'm getting a divorce.
You really think it's your mother's fault?
Of course, it's all her fault.
Then why did you leave me? You knew I didn't want to go on the trip, so you should have considered canceling the trip.
Well, I thought it would have been a waste of money. Besides, I'd be worried if it was just my parents.
I already knew you were on your mother's side at that point.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean it that way. I just assumed you'd still make it, even if it was just a bit late.
Given what your mother said to me, it's no surprise I didn't want to go. Plus, there weren't many flights available. So if I missed that one, finding another one on short notice would have been tough.
Then, how about the hotel payment?
Your mother said it's okay, because she'll have you pay for it.
Huh? I can't pay for a 5-star hotel.
Yeah, I specifically asked you to keep the budget low, didn't I? But then you went ahead and booked a 5-star hotel, trying to take advantage of me paying for everything.
That was definitely my bad.
Since I didn't go on the trip, I'll be expecting reimbursement for the plane ticket as well.
What? You're kidding, right?
I don't have time for that. If you addressed all the bullying that your mother did to me, and be there for me to support me instead of leaving me behind, I would have paid for the trip this time. Your mother did some unforgivable things, but so did you, Eric.
I'm sorry. I apologize. But can you at least do something about the hotel bill? I'm too scared to stay in a foreign country without a place to stay.
Then why don't you ask your father to do something about it?
Dad just found out about what Mom has been doing to you. He's furious at me. But he doesn't have that kind of money either.
Why don't you take some responsibility for it yourself, even just a little? You've been aware of the situation. When Laura used to come over almost every day, I kept urging you to address it with her, but you never took any action. If I hadn't confronted your mother, I doubt she would have stopped coming.
I mean, I can't just tell my mom not to come over, right? You may not like my mom, but she's my only mother.
Oh, so you're just going to ignore your wife's feelings? I see. You're siding with your mother as usual. Well, this trip might be a good chance for us to have some space for a while.
What? Stop talking crazy.
I'm serious. I'm the one paying for the mortgage. You should be the one to leave.
You're not serious, right?
I need some space to think carefully about the future.
What do you mean by that?
You already know, regarding the divorce.
Okay, I'm sorry. Stop talking about that. I need you.
I used to love you, you know, but that feeling has faded away. I've made it clear that I want nothing to do with your mother. Yet here you are, making plans without even consulting me. And look at the mess that ensued. I was harassed and left alone. And now you have the nerve to suggest I come anyway, even if I'm late.
It was my fault. You don't have to deal with Mom ever again. I'll cut ties with my mom after the trip too. So I don't want a divorce.
Anyway, I just want to be alone and think things over. Miley, I'm so sorry. Please, forgive me. What? Laura? Yes, I took the phone from Eric. I'm texting you from his phone. I really want to apologize to you, Miley. Is that because you can't pay the hotel bill? That's part of it. But after what I heard from Eric, I realized that what you told me was true. I never considered that Eric wasn't making enough money. I'm really sorry for being harsh with you. You judge people based on their income? That's absurd. I'm truly sorry. My husband said he couldn't believe I was giving you a hard time. He feels disappointed. Just now, Eric even mentioned about cutting me off. That is what you get for all the things that you did to me. You deserve it. Please, forgive me. I'm really sorry. Ah, nice attempt. You pulled the same stunt before our trip and left me hanging. You really think I'm gonna buy into that again? I swear, this time it's for real. Just trust me on this. I'll make sure to pay you back for the plane ticket no matter what it takes. But I don't have the money to pay you now. Could you cover the hotel expenses for now? Would it be possible for you to come over and handle the payment? No chance. It's peak holiday season. Most flights are booked. But even if they weren't, I wouldn't go. No. You told me to stay at home, remember? I'll be here, keeping quiet, just like you wanted. What about us? My father-in-law apparently knows a bit of basic Spanish. He went to the hotel staff and apologized, arranged to postpone the hotel payment. He borrowed some money and settled the bill. When my husband came back, he was on his knees, practically begging for forgiveness. He swore up and down that his mom wouldn't bother us anymore, and he'd cut ties with her for good. I decided not to kick him out. But I made it crystal clear that one wrong move and he's out the door. Since then, he's been pitching in more around the house, which is a huge relief. He's also apologized for the money stress he put me through, and is dead set on getting that promotion at work. My father-in-law has apologized to me for his wife. Even my father-in-law had a word with his wife, warning her that if she causes any more trouble, he's out. So far, Laura's been surprisingly quiet. Eric's still got some work to do, but I'm giving him a chance to shape up. I'm just glad I don't have to deal with Laura's drama anymore. Here's hoping for a drama-free life with my husband from now on.